Hi, I know I did a video yesterday, but I wanted to do a video again today because, well, it's a lot of bad news, I guess. But I am really proud of myself and happy, and I'm gonna explain why. Today, my car was supposed to go into Hyundai for a recall about an oil leak that they found in my car, and that was getting fixed for free. I was getting free complimentary car wash, car inspection, Uber to and from Hyundai, which is where my car is now, and I got a free Uber home. Second experience with Uber. My first was terrible and put me off on Uber for the rest of my life, but this experience was great. My Uber driver was super nice. I didn't feel super awkward talking to him like I usually do when I'm put in social settings. It was great. I'm home safe. I got an email from Hyundai when they did the free car inspection. They noticed 3 problems, 2 with some 2 different fluids. I think my coolant and my brake fluid, and then my brakes were really bad, and there was a little damage to my tires that I caused yesterday driving through the storm in puddles that were thigh high. And in my defense, I thought I would be okay. My theory was not to follow trucks because trucks are raised higher than I am. I have an SUV type car. I was driving behind a Mustang a majority of my way home, and if that little Mustang could have done it, I should have been fine. But apparently I wasn't, because I did $660 damage to my car. And granted, some of that was probably prior to the storm, but the storm just made it worse. So I got that bill, and I just got paid yesterday, which my second paycheck of the month I always use to pay my rent. So I was faced with the decision, do I pay my rent or do I get my car fixed? And I was going back and forth with this in my head. I need my car to be able to pay my rent, because if I can't get to work, then I can't make money and I can't pay rent. So I had already kind of accepted this, and decided that this whole paycheck was going to go to fix my car, put gas in the car, and buy groceries, because I need to go grocery shopping. I always go grocery shopping every paycheck, because I only grocery shop for 2 weeks at a time. But I went and I talked to my leasing office, prepared for bad news, because I know my rent is due on the 1st. And every day up until the 4th, I thought I accrued a late fee. On the 4th, I got an eviction notice. I went and explained to them that the storm damaged my car and I don't have money for my rent, and I was getting choked up. And I asked how much the late fee would be when I get my paycheck on the 3rd, and I pay my rent there. And I started crying when the office lady told me that there was no late fee. The late fees start on the 4th. I was so happy and proud of myself for doing all this adulting and having to make the hard decisions. But I didn't realize how much a little bit of communication can go a long way. And I've always known communication is key, but I didn't realize how important it was, because the hardest decision I have ever had to make that involved communication was buying a car. And that wasn't, in my head, that wasn't a life or death situation. And I know I'm over dramatic, making not being able to pay rent a life-threatening situation, but it is for me. But I adulted. I'm gonna pay my rent on the 3rd when I get my next paycheck, and October is a 3-paycheck month for me, so I'm not even gonna get behind on any of my bills. That first paycheck in October will pay my rent, do my grocery shopping, and then my second paycheck will pay all the bills that normally get paid with the 1st, and then the 3rd will pay the next month's rent, and I'll be okay. And all those paychecks, I'll still have plenty of money to go grocery shopping and gas and everything that I normally do. So the storm hasn't completely passed. It's still raining. All of downtown is still flooded, and I live in Houston, but I live in Harris County, which, don't Google the reports in Harris County right now, because it'll tell you that Harris County is completely submerged, but my part of Harris County isn't. and I talked to my apartment complex managers. They said that the apartment has never been flooded because all around our the proximity of our apartment, there's these little grass ditches. Yeah. Oh man, it's been a struggle, and since everyone I know lives in California and I'm out here in Texas all by myself, I've been so scared. But there's these ditches that surround my apartment complex that prevent flooding in my apartment, so I don't ever have to worry about that. And I got one of the manager's cell phone numbers since their main line doesn't work. So if in the event that it does actually eventually flood, she said she'll come and get Teddy from my apartment and take him and take care of him. So I don't have to ever worry about that again. But from what I heard, the whole surrounding area of where I work, because I work near downtown Houston, which I do believe we still have 2 freeways that have completely disappeared due to the flooding, is all submerged still. So I called in sick to work today. Well, not really sick. I told my boss, hey, my car's not starting. Can't come in. Thankfully, by the time I got into my car again at around noon to take it to Hyundai, the engine started up. And I only live 10 minutes away from Hyundai, so it was a short drive. And they're fixing it now. And I'm not going to cause any more debt, and I'm going to be okay. All my life I've always been told communication is key. And I never really saw the impact of that until today, and I am so glad I did. So in summary, my update is, yes, the storm scared the shit out of somebody that's only ever felt earthquakes and fires in California. My work building I cannot get to, but I'm home, safe. You can hear kids out there screaming and playing. It's hot as hell, even though it's still raining. We're safe. Teddy is safe. And my car is getting fixed, and I'm gonna be okay, guys. And I will give you guys another update next time some other disaster happens, or I get yelled at because no one's seen me in a while. But I love you all, and I will talk to you then. Yeah, since I moved, I haven't been happier. I was depressed a lot in California, and it was just because I still felt like a kid. But out here, where there's no one to help me, is exactly what I need to do, so I'm glad I moved. Although the weather kills me sometimes. It's pouring down rain outside, and it's 90 degrees. I don't like it. Texas needs to figure something out. Bye, guys.